Today, we are going to delve into the study of dynamic pricing. In 2009, the American company Uber was founded, creating a platform where regular individuals could drive to provide services for other ordinary people. This model gained significant popularity in the United States. However, the Uber team faced a persistent issue: supply and demand imbalances. What does this mean? Every weekend around 1 a.m., a large number of passengers complained about being unable to get a ride. This happened because bars and nightclubs were closing, and many passengers needed rides home, but most Uber drivers had already gone home to rest. This surge in demand, sharp drop in supply situation also occurred during adverse weather conditions, the end of music concerts, and similar scenarios, leading to a high level of dissatisfaction among users. So, what could Badoni, Adam Smith once said? Don't worry. There is an invisible hand in the market that adjusts supply and demand through prices. However, where was this invisible hand? Uber decided not to wait for that hand's action, but instead adjusted the prices in their own way. They increased the fares during those time periods. 2 weeks later, the vehicle supplied during that time period increased by over 70%, effectively solving the passenger demand issue. This incident gave Uber great inspiration. They developed a specific system called surge pricing, also known as dynamic pricing, which adjusted taxi prices and vehicle resources allocation in real time based on changes in ride demand. So, how did this new system actually perform? On New Year's Eve in 2014, Uber experienced a technical glitch, and dynamic pricing malfunctioned for 26 minutes. As a result, the success rate of booking a ride dropped to 25% of the usual rate. This reverse situation proved that dynamic pricing indeed served a purpose. But what exactly is dynamic pricing? For instance, the usual price of cabbage is $2 per pound. During the Chinese New Year, it rises to $5 per pound but goes back to $2 per pound after the holiday. This is dynamic pricing, when a new product is launched and consumers rush to buy it. Once competitors catch up, you may reduce the price to outperform them. This, too, is dynamic pricing. When seasonal clothing is introduced, you might sell it at the original price. However, as the season ends, an immediate discount is applied. This is another form of dynamic pricing. The essence of dynamic pricing lies in a sensitive response to changes in supply and demand. In the absence of the internet era, information transmission was slow, and price movements were slow, possibly in months or even years. However, in the internet age, where information travels at lightning speed, price movements are faster, possibly in hours or even minutes. I understand. So, can other industries, such as zoos, learn from Uber's approach and use technology for dynamic pricing? Certainly. The Indianapolis Zoo in the United States used to have only two simple ticket prices, $10.95 in winter and $17.95 in summer. In 2013, they engaged a dynamic pricing consulting company called Diginex to design a system that automatically calculated ticket prices based on the zoo's capacity, visitor numbers, and pre-sold ticket quantities. The new prices fluctuated between $8.20 and $29.95. As a result, user satisfaction significantly increased because dynamic pricing effectively managed crowd flow, allowing users who dislike queues to avoid them, and even high price-sensitive users could purchase tickets at lower prices. Consequently, the zoo's revenue continued to grow. Impressive. However, while the zoo offers only one product, which is tickets, can supermarkets, with tens of thousands of products, also employ dynamic pricing? Absolutely, as long as they are willing. Amazon is one of the largest dynamic pricing retailers, updating its product prices on average every 10 minutes to balance the supply and demand of both buyers and sellers. Consequently, Amazon has increased its profitability. Offline retailers in the United States are also not lagging behind in the competition. Around 22% to 36% of retailers use smart pricing software systems that scan Amazon's products every 10 minutes and manually adjust prices, increasing the gross profit margin by approximately 10%. Many retailers are transitioning from paper to electronic price tags to further enhance the efficiency of dynamic pricing. Incredible. But wouldn't it be confusing for consumers if they saw potato chips priced at $3 on the supermarket shelf? Then it changed to $2.90 when placed in the shopping cart, and eventually, at checkout, it became $3. 2. Don't prices need to be somewhat stable, or at least appear stable? On this point, you might have to learn from the airline industry. Aircraft usually have 3 types of seats: first class, business class, and economy class. However, when you buy a plane ticket, you might see a dozen or more different seat categories, such as D class, F class, P class, Y class, and so on. By further subdividing these 3 types of seats into more than a dozen, airlines control and conceal the initiative of dynamic pricing. When selling tickets, they might tell you, "Sorry, the Y class is sold out. Only F class is left," rather than saying, "Sorry, we've increased the price."